Instead of just telling you what's up in the sky this month, I'm going to give you a plan to actually experience it. This is your June night sky preview, rebuilt as a 30-minute observing plan. We'll start with one key pattern in the sky and use it to build up your skills step by step. 3 objects, each one building a new skill. And whether you're under the Big Dipper or the Southern Cross, this plan works. Let's get you outside. We're going to kick off June with this month's skill anchor, the Summer Triangle. The Summer Triangle ties together 3 of the brightest stars in the sky in 3 very recognizable constellations: Vega in Lyra, Deneb in Cygnus, and Altair in Aquila. Even though it's a simple asterism, it's incredibly powerful. You could see it from heavily light-polluted conditions, and it becomes your entry point to a huge part of the summer sky. This time of year, look for these 3 stars rising in the east and moving overhead as the night goes on. Vega will often be one of the first stars you see at dusk. Start there. From Vega, you can trace out to Deneb, the tail of the swan, or the top of the Northern Cross that is the constellation Cygnus. Then you can go down to Altair, which is the eye of the eagle Aquila. Once you see this, you're not looking at random stars anymore, you actually know where you are. It becomes a key that unlocks a variety of objects in this very rich part of the sky. And if you're under darker skies, you'll notice that the Milky Way runs right through this region. It's actually a great way to gauge how dark your skies are. Before we move on to the first stop in this plan, I know the question that's coming next. What eyepiece am I supposed to be looking through to view this? It's the question I get more than any other, so I built a comprehensive eyepiece selection guide. It walks you through exactly what to reach for when. It's totally free and the link is in the description. Grab it now because the next 3 objects are where eyepiece choice really starts to matter. Now let's use that knowledge about the summer triangle to look at something simple. But this is where things start to change. Albireo is a brilliant double star, often described as sapphire and topaz, and it's an excellent binocular target. Once you've identified the summer triangle, use Vega and Deneb as your reference. If you draw an L between those 2 stars, Albireo sits right in the corner. It's also the head of the swan or the base of the cross, depending on how you see Cygnus. You could spot it with a naked eye, even in light-polluted skies, but when you put binoculars on it, or better yet, a small telescope, something really interesting happens. It splits, and the color becomes immediately apparent. I show this off all the time at public star parties, because even very young kids can pick out the colors right away. Now, let's ramp things up just slightly. Brocchi's cluster, also known as the coat hanger, is an asterism made up of about 10 stars. And once you see it, you'll immediately understand the name. This is another fantastic binocular object. Using your summer triangle again, look between Vega and Altair, about 2/3 of the way from Vega down towards Altair. Early in the month, it sits a bit lower in the sky, but it will climb higher as June goes on. This one doesn't jump out at you. You'll have to scan a bit for it, but once you find it, you can't unsee it. And that's a different skill entirely. You're no longer just pointing at objects, you're picking patterns out of the sky. Now, let's look at one of my favorite objects in the summer sky. This is where things start to get very interesting. Messier 57, the Ring Nebula, sits right in the heart of Lyra, just a short distance from Vega. One of the reasons I love it is because it's actually pretty forgiving. It's small, but bright enough to punch through moderate light pollution. If you look just below Vega, you'll see the rest of Lyra forming a small parallelogram. M57 sits right between the 2 lower stars in that shape. You can often spot it in just a 9x50 finder, and sometimes even with large binoculars. But here's where the real skill comes in. When you look directly at it, it might not look like much. But try this. Don't look straight at it, look slightly to the side. That's called averted vision. And suddenly, the shape starts to appear. It's faint, but it's there. Once you've developed this technique, you'll start seeing detail in faint objects that most people completely miss. This is the turning point, because now you're not just finding things in the sky. You're actually seeing them. Try this next time you're out, and when you do, come back and tell me what you saw. Not just what you found, but what you noticed. A special thank you goes out to my channel members who support Night Sky Voyager. If you want to go a bit further, my Patreon just launched. Lower tiers get early access and behind the scenes, and at a higher tier, I'm introducing a monthly Q&A video where I answer your specific observing questions. Your scope, your sky, your frustrations. The link is below. If you found this plan useful, like and subscribe so you don't miss next month's plan. This is Trevor from Night Sky Voyager, wishing you clear skies.